Guys, I just met this guy all the way from South Africa. He's in Sweden. I don't know what he's doing here. So I'm going to ask him a few questions and he's going to be answering them. Introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself. But for sure, he told me he has been to Tanzania. That's why I was interested in speaking to him. Yes.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
So I'm so curious about what this guy is doing here. And I want him to speak for himself. Hey.
Cool. Hi there. I'm good.
What's your name?
My name is Murray and I'm from South Africa.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
I am, what can I say? For work, I work in software and we make property software, like anything to, it's actually an American company, which is quite funny. But my development team's in India and then my manager's in the USA. So it's quite a global company, but so it's quite interesting working out of Cape Town. And then I came to Sweden to come watch Blink-182, which is a big band I watched a lot of when I was growing up, or listened to a lot when I was growing up. And my friend's sister lives in Sweden, so we're staying with her. And then I came over to Gothenburg for the day. Gothenburg, sorry. It's not the right way to pronounce it.
But now two things. First of all, speak a little bit about your company. Is it American owned?
Yeah.
And based in South Africa?
So it's originally was American owned, and they've expanded. They've bought companies all over the world and to broaden their reach. There's a company started in Cape Town called MDA Properties, and they bought that company, and then that's helped them set up a Cape Town office. And they bought a company in Johannesburg, TPN, and they keep buying other companies around the world. So they keep offering like this huge system that's like would hold other pieces of software plugging into one another, which is quite interesting.
What exactly do you do? Can you take us through what you do?
So I'm a product owner. So my job is to get the work ready for the developers and answer questions from the developers and speak to the clients about what work we're working on and get input from them if they're happy with what we're busy working with. And so we work in development. We work in things called sprints, which is like a set time frame to deliver a set amount of work. So we work in 2-week sprints. So if you work from Monday to the following Friday, and I need to make sure that the guys have enough work to keep them busy in those 2 weeks, and then they promise to deliver that in those 2-week sprints. So by the end of the next Friday, then I've got to have work ready for them to pick up the next 2 weeks, and then make sure the work that they're doing is in line with the roadmap for the product, and they're building what the client wants.
In simple terms, what exactly do you develop? What exactly, do you have an example of something you have developed that the viewers can understand? So it's probably easiest to view it from the actual product. So the product is called renter's insurance. So if you rent an apartment in the USA, you need to have a renter's insurance, like in your own name. So it's part of your agreement when you sign that you're renting this place. And so what we do is we'll take that renter's details and then send them to an insurance company who will create an insurance policy for them. And then we'll send that back to the property, say, cool, this guy has an insurance policy. And then we also manage the whole policy process. So say they don't want to use our company that we work with, they'll provide a separate insurance company's details. And they'll say, no, I've got this policy already, don't make one for me. And then we'll keep that, and we'll keep that and make sure that's kept up to date. And so the actual software we develop is like the connection between the insurance company and then the residents, and then also between the residents and the support staff who make sure the insurance details are kept up to date. So they see a resident's policy is expiring, they'll send them an email saying you need to buy new insurance, or before you move in you need to get insurance. So it's a connection between the different pieces of the puzzle. If that makes sense. Yeah. So where do you normally get your clients from?
There's a lady who sits in Cleveland, I think in the USA, and she's going out and there's like big investment companies, property investment companies, and they'll say, cool, we want to be part of the program. We have like 60 properties, and in each property is made up of from 20 to 100 units, which are little apartments in each. And then we'll say we want to offer this to our residents. And so she'll go find those clients and say, cool, we got this insurance program, costs you nothing, and we'll take care of everything for you. That's where she gets it.
In terms of costs, what does it take to develop
the software, and how much does one pay for the service?
Yeah, I don't know about the costs for the development and that kind of stuff, but so one insurance policy is like $14.50 per month for a resident, and then we actually make our money not from the software but from selling those policies, because then the insurance company says, okay, cool, you sold this policy, here's some commission. So each policy we reference to them, they give us a little bit of money back, and then if they do really well, then we also get some of their profit. So the software just kind of supports the buying and selling of insurance.
Good. Yeah. How long have you done this?
It's been 18 months now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how popular is this company in South Africa?
It is not hugely popular. I think well known in Cape Town, but some of the software it's used in the Vienna waterfront. The Lanseria airport in Johannesburg uses it. I think the Discovery building also uses it in Sandton. And then, but MRI, their software is used in like the Empire State Building, where else? The Sydney Opera House. I think they're also part of the software used there. Not what I work on, but what the rest of the company works on. Okay. So it's well spread.
Is your company doing anything to promote this software to other African countries, other South Africa?
I don't know about the rest of Africa, to be honest. We're part of the APAC, so I work in, my product's a North American product, so I don't really get too involved. There's the other region, which is the APAC, which is Africa, that's Australia. EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East and Africa. So there's a whole bunch of different software on that side. So that would probably fall under that time zone, Europe with Africa and Middle East.
Okay. How did you get started to get involved in this kind of business with this organization?
It was an ex-colleague of mine contacted me about it. He said there's a job opportunity you think I'd be good for. So he put my name forward, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll just try and see what happens. And I've always liked software, I've always liked property, so I thought it'd be a nice business to try find out more about. Okay. I went to school in Durban, a high school called Hillcrest High in KZN, Durban, and then I went to university in Cape Town, University of Cape Town. I think there's so much opportunity in software, like there's so many jobs available, and it gives you a lot of like freedom in terms of working where you want to work from, and I think the room for growth is massive if you set your mind to it. If you want to learn more, like it almost feels like people are scared of software, but if you get stuck into it, you can actually learn quite a lot. And
so you're telling me right now in Sweden you are still working?
Oh no, I'm not working now. I left my laptop at home. I was like, I need a holiday.
But you can work from anywhere?
Yeah, I can work from
anywhere. You
anywhere.
don't have to be like physical in the office?
Yeah, no. Well, they want people to come to the office twice a week, just for company culture, just to get to see people. But some guys I know I work with, they never come to the office. They work from home all the time.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now we met in Gothenburg. What are you doing in Sweden?
I am here to watch Blink-182, which is a band I listened to a lot growing up with a friend of mine.
What about it?
It was kind of like that age, we like 14, 15, like teenager angst type, like a lot of nostalgia from that sort of age. Mm-hmm. And my friend's sister lives here in Sweden, so he said, and he was going to fly from the UK anyway, so I was like, I'll come join you in Sweden have a little holiday and come visit Sweden. I've always wanted to come to one of these Nordic countries and just see what it's like. And so this was a good excuse to come visit.
Was this your first time in Sweden?
Yeah, first time in Sweden.
How hard was it for you to get a visa?
It was pretty tricky. There were a lot of documents they wanted. Mm-hmm. Like I went there and my travel insurance said my name and surname, but it was missing my middle name. And they said, no, you have to get one with your middle name in, so they know it's exactly for you. And I was like, but it's got my ID number and everything. They said, no, I had to get the full name, like no like gaps, like missing. But once all the documentation was in, it took about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, and then it was ready. So, and then it was also this, they're very strict on the time. It's like you're flying in here, you can fly out then, and it'll give you like a little bit of leeway afterwards, but like nothing else after that. Like I know with other countries, they'll give you like a month or a few months to like for your visa, but Sweden's like, here's your time.
Okay. Yeah. So can you say you have achieved the objective of coming to Sweden?
It will be on Wednesday. This is the concert. Oh. So once that happens, then I'll achieve my objective.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I want to see more of Stockholm when I go that side. So that'll be another big part of the trip. I was in London. So in London we have a company office, and I went there in April. And that was quite cool. Okay. I think the company is so big they don't need to promote me. I don't need to promote it too much. But if I saw something that would be beneficial, I'd definitely put it forward.
Should I think that you're fond of traveling?
Yeah, definitely.
How many countries have you been traveling to since you started traveling?
I'd say probably 20 I must be on.
Wow.
I would think. So it's like all the southern African countries. So it's South Africa, Swaziland, Botswana, Namibia, a little bit, but Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Tanzania I've been to, Comores.
Where exactly in Tanzania? Before you mention others now.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Tanzania.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear that you've been there.
I only just to Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
Landed in Dar es Salaam, spent a night at one of the hotels there, and then flew out the next day, unfortunately.
When was that?
2005.
2005?
2006, sorry, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a very long time ago.
You should have been very young then.
Yeah, I was 19, I think, then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what memories do you have of Tanzania?
Beautiful beaches, yeah. And the buildings were like very European when the buildings are right next to the road. I remember that. And there's a lot of construction happening, I remember.
Yeah.
There are a lot of new buildings popping up, which is good.
You should go there now. I think you'll be surprised. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. I think it'd be very cool.
It's taken a long time since you visited.
Yeah.
What happened? What didn't you like?
I just went to other places, I think.
Okay.
I think, where else have I been? That's it. I think Tanzania would be cool. I mean, I was working in the Comores at the time.
Okay.
Comores, how do you say? But yeah, Tanzania is definitely going to go back to.
And how long did you stay there?
In the Comores?
I mean, the duration of time you spent in Tanzania when you went there.
Oh yeah, it was only like a night.
A night?
Yeah.
Yes, you should go back.
Yeah, I should definitely go back.
Wow, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks so much.
This channel is Tanzanian, so many Tanzanians will be watching you.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be happy to hear that you've been there.
Yeah.
And they may wish to learn more from your products.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, cool.